Vishinantam levanecha, you shall teach them to your children. Words we just chanted at the V'ahavta. We are blessed at Emmanuel to have so many who devote their time and talent to fulfill this mitzvah in our classrooms. I am delighted to invite Stefani Carlson, our Director of Congregational Learning, to the readers' table to recognize and appreciate a special teacher.
As Rabbi Sok said, in the V'ahavta prayer we just read together, we heard the phrase, Vishinantam levanecha, which is translated as, teach them, God's commandments, to your children, or in our Mishkan Tefillah, as impress them upon your children. It's an unusual phrase, with a verb not used in many other contexts. And so it seems to imply a very special kind of teaching, or perhaps a very special kind of teacher. Tonight we have the rare and awe-inspiring opportunity to celebrate a particularly special teacher. For the last 50 years, Mrs. Judy Stein has taught Torah to generations of children at Congregation Emmanuel. Her award-winning work in the Becker School, in Helfman Religious School, and in our B'nai Mitzvah preparation program, even as it transitioned onto Zoom this year, has brought countless students closer to their Judaism, to their community, with an extra element of kindness and personal attention. To be one of Judy's students is to know that you are special and that your learning matters. Parents, too, have benefited from her gentle tutelage and clear communications, and have even occasionally gotten to experience the joy of sharing a favorite teacher with one of their children. Some of the most beautiful teacher request emails I have ever received have been from Judy's former students, now grown up and with children of their own, asking for their children to be in Mrs. Stein's class. Judy's impact on our schools and our congregation extends well beyond the walls of her classroom to every element of our community. Her reassuring, thoughtful presence has been a constant in times of great change and a source of strength for those around her. She is generous with her knowledge and talents and a patient leader among her colleagues. Her skill as a mentor has led many of her former students to request to be her TA, and even to become teachers themselves. There is not a single member of this congregation who has not been touched in some way by Judy's teaching, whether by having had her having been her student, having been her colleague, having been her friend, or by having had a child in one of her classes, or by having attended a bar or bat mitzvah and heard her influence in the careful pronunciation and strong leadership of our newest Jewish adults. Through it all, she has embodied not only the words Vishinantam levanecha, teach them to your children, but the first and most important word of this prayer, Ve'ahavta, and you shall love. Judy, as we celebrate you tonight, my prayer for you is that you come to know how very much you are loved and appreciated. May the love you put into your teaching come back to you, and may this 50-year celebration be just one of many more happy celebrations to come. Mazel Tov, and thank you.